It's antimatter, not dark matter, antimatter, most expensive substance. See right there where it's matched to gold?
Well, right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say that. Damn. And it's funny that you joined a class on this because I was just reading on this today on how these Asgard ship fly off a neutron energy. I was like, oh shit, like a nucleus. They extract the nucleus from an atom and then use that as fuel. I was like, oh shit, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's the neutron energy.
Yeah.
Look, now type melanin more expensive than gold in the search bar.
All right. You want me to pull up the
you
right
see where
here?
it say?
I got it.
See where it say melanin and gold?
Yeah, I got it right here. I just saved it. I just saved it in your folder.
I'm gonna have you send it to me because I know Rod gonna want to. He gonna say, "Send me that folder from me. I got it from last night."
Yeah, yeah. That's why I had created that folder right there. Boom, boom. Melanin more than gold. That's crazy. I know it's true though. I know it's true though because melanin is the fuel. It's what give us that. It's what give us the
we finna see while we looking at the hologram. We finna see the energy that's being harvested for the hologram to operate off of certain energy fields.
Okay, go ahead. They need us.
Okay, now let's review these pictures we just downloaded so the people can see what we're looking at.
All right, I got you. You want to do the we'll do the one we pulled first.
The dark matter, that's where we was at.
Yeah, we'll pull that one first.
Now you gotta understand the value of a thing, not quite that big. Yeah. So when you understand the value of a thing, then you will understand what's taking place to keep the machine running. Right? In order to keep the machine running, the machine has to generate something of value in order for us to be able to take what the machine give us to keep the machine running. These are the things that our minds never entertain. Therefore, we never entertain what it takes to run creation. So if gold is $56 a gram, that's our unit weight standard of measure for wealth on Earth.
Right, go ahead.
Who is the unit, the wealth standard of antimatter at 62.5 trillion a gram?
That's right. Go ahead.
Right. Now, we see antimatter. You see
on,
gold.
That's a big ass fucking difference. Like this is $56 versus 62 trillion.
Right. So on Earth, we dealing with $56 per gram of gold in weights and standards. But in the intergalactic community, Earth is dealing 62.5 trillion a gram in antimatter harvested through the energy of the melanin conversion.
Dang, go ahead, bro.
Let's go to the melanin now. Even the melanin is worth more than gold per gram. Melanin is 384.5 or 50 cents a gram. Gold at 40.78 a gram at the time the weights and standards was measured. Right? Dang. So the gold is the standard of weights and measures on Earth. That's the standard of value that you deal with as a mortal. But when you become immortal or intergalactic being, then you're dealing on the weights and measure scale as dictated by the antimatter harvestability from transferring melanin into antimatter. Look at the upkeep on, look at the upcharge on the conversion process.
Damn, bro. That shit like a 10,000%. That shit is crazy.
It's trillions of percent.
Yeah.
So this is why they was harvesting us along with the gold. We was the melanin, which is the carbon.
Reading the caption had me like a little mystified, you know, because you was talking about knocks and flipbacks and, you know, and I know you can go into a higher realm when you know, you talking your code.
Yeah.
But I just, something spiritually was like, yo, he's saying something. Now, I think my subconscious was catching it, but my mental was like, I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds like something I need to tap into.
There's actually all of those flips is the language of the subconscious mind.
Okay.
So the way that the subconscious mind put information together, if you know how the mind operate, that's where you get the flips from. The connections made in the synapses in the brain identified in the public. So it might say mirror this, flip that, knock to a knockback, right? So, you know, if it's a knock, that means that somebody's tuning in psychically trying to get your attention.
Mm.
The knockback, they could be answering something that you put out in the public domain, and they answering it on the psychic channel. We call it the Wind Talker channel.
So that could be team or whatever, or even somebody talking to you telepathically.
Yeah. So it got to let you know who it is. So when you give a knock, you know who you calling.
Right.
So when you get a knockback, they'll send identifiers. Right. So let's say if Big Tookie sending me a knock, I might wake up and the first thing I see on my phone is somebody sea walking. Scroll down 3 posts later and somebody's sharing a lightning post with me. Right. It's Crooked Man walking. Right. Then whatever follow is the message he's trying to get across. So he might want me to see something that Angel Bay wanted him to tell me. So he'll say, mirror me, and then he'll flip a Chicago reference and a red 44 reference. So when he say mirror me, he's saying, watch me tell you what Angel Bay saying.
So it always comes back in that. And it could even come back from what I've been seeing also is just like through animals.
Yeah, like so if you out, let's say I'm out walking, I can tell whether it's an eagle, a hawk, or a falcon. Falcons are rare in the States. Normally you got hawks and eagles over here. You got falcons in the Far East more than you have them over here, but you have a few over here.
Right, especially down here in Georgia.
Yeah, right. But they're almost the same, falcons and hawks. Right, so I can identify them by the way that they flap their wings when they're flying. So if I see an eagle, that's a big chief. If I see a hawk, right, that's a chief, a regular chief. If I see the falcon, that's a rare chief, somebody who only incarnates every now and then, because there's not a lot of them over here. So when I'm looking up at the birds, then I look at the lesser birds. If it's a flock of crows, that's a murderer crows. That means somebody about to get fucked up. Right? And it's by the order of the big chief, because it was an eagle overhead. So the big chief sent a murderer crows to go murder a crow.
Damn, so it's so crazy how you can just use that to break down exactly what you're going through or what the message is now, just based on what you're seeing in your now time, like in your present time. Because
everything has a meaning. The more
I'll go outside and spend some time outside, and then these 2 hawks will appear overhead every time, like I'm going through something, or 2 hawks will be overhead, just giving me that symbolism that I'm about to receive a message, or I'm being taken and watched over. You know,
right. So if when you see 2 hawks together, that's 2 chiefs talking to you. They don't always have to be men though. You gotta remember that part. One, it could be your parents sending you a spirit message. When my father flipped messages now, he flipped cardinals because he on the other side. When my mama flipped messages, it depends on where she's flipping them at. Yeah. My mama would talk right to me.
You said she talked straight to you?
Yeah, I can hear like I'm sitting in her bedroom talking to her. I could talk to her that clear.
The direct messages.
Yeah. So she'd be like, okay, now get up. I need to, just like she would in real life. And we're in the 3D. She'd be like, I need you to get up. I need you to go do this. Don't ask no questions. That means that it's important to the ninth power. It's extremely important when she say don't ask no questions. So now I got to listen. And based on the instructions she give me, I'm going to know why she told me to do it. And my mom ain't never told me to do nothing wrong. So when she tell me to do something, don't ask no questions, I know that it's urgent and it ain't nothing wrong, but it's something that got to be done.
True. Okay, then speaking on that, getting that direct message back. So, for instance, like when you get to the point where either through your spiritual practices, whether it be meditation, praying, or whatever, and you're getting like direct answers back, how do you decipher what?
That's where the man know thyself come in. When you establish your internal dialogue, you're gonna recognize your voice from all of the other sounds you hear in your head. That's not you. That's getting to know yourself. Once you know your voice in your head, any voice that doesn't sound like you, or any line of reason that doesn't feel right or sound like you, question it. Who are you? Where did you come from? And what do you want? Are you trying to deceive me? And the law of the universe, from your God position, if you're standing on your authority, they have to answer in truth. They can't lie to you. And most of the time, we're going to find out we had an ancestor with a bad habit that want us to indulge in the bad habit. And we have to fight him, and we need to tell him and confront him, no, I'm not going to carry on the alcoholic gene in the family. I'm not going to be the recipient of that, nor am I going to be the casual facilitator of you to pass that energy beyond me. That's called cleaning up the family tree. When you do that, all of your crossed over elders, your ancestors, is telling them from the other side, now you heard it. Go sit your punk ass down before we turn him loose on you. Right? And then it'll play out in your real life as an upgrade in your status among the family because you just took a critical toxic element out of the family tree.
Yo, that's right now for me because I'm noticing it, you know, like just being on the different sides of like actually healing from trauma and spending time with myself and dealing with certain things. But this recent time, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been smoking my ass off. Like just running from actually dealing with it. But I know for a fact this is
you know you're not running from dealing with it because you're building up your endocannabinoid system. That's your spirit body.
All right, let's get into it. Okay.
So the endocannabinoid system feed to all of the receptors throughout the different parts of your body. It's your spirit body. All right. You have natural THC receptors in the body, and you also produce THC in small quantities in the body. The heavier your melanin is, the higher your THC contact tint is without you ever being indulging in smoking THC. Just naturally. Right? And that's because your concentration of melanin is extremely high. And that's the side effect. They twins. If you get Dr. Carol Byrne, Melanin, the Chemical Keys to Black Greatness, it shows you the comparative analysis between the THC and the melanin cell. But the THC, once received on the receptors, is used for you to fight, for you to, okay, so you know when you first start smoking, you're sleepy all the time.
Right.
Your spirit body weak. When you first start working out, what you do? Sleep all the time.
Right.
Right, because you wear your body out.
Right.
Once you get the immunity to the THC, your spirit body gets strong, you start to begin to translate the psychic influences in your life and see the signs. That's why they villainized marijuana, just to make it illegal, so that me and you won't never be smoking blunts, looking at their ass, seeing straight through them. Just weightlifting, THC is weightlifting for the spirit body. Now, we used to give children CBD, but we didn't give them the THC until they was past puberty.
You said we used to give them CBD, but not the THC until they was past puberty.
Yeah. Once they pass puberty, now it's time to start building the spirit body. And they'll have a puberty ceremony. They call it bar mitzvah. Oh, what the fuck is that shit? But okay. They can have a bar mitzvah, but part of the ceremony in the sweat lodges or in the peyote ceremonies was for the ones in the Southeast. That's that Cali shit. That's why they in Cali PCP was such a big thing, because it mimicked the trip of the peyote and the ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah.
It was a synthetic mimic. So
First.
that's why with so many of them gangbangers out there strung out on Sherm. That's PCP.
Because
the dust.
Those type of experiences were natural to us.
Right, because we use it to build our mental body and our spirit body. Right? So, but normally you do it under the direction of a shaman that's called a spirit guide, but he in the physical body. Or sometimes he called a sleep traveler, because he go with you to the dream world. But he's talking to you while you going through your trip to keep you from having a negative reaction from what you're trying to do by waking up spiritually. So when they initiate the boys and they give them the first toke of the peace pipe, there's also a blend. They got herbs in there too. They got lavender, they got rose, chamomile, right? So they treating a whole lot of stuff at one time in the process. That's why with the sweat lodges, you had to be to a certain age to attend to start coming into the sweat lodges. You had to reach puberty. Right? Now, when they came from Europe, when the conquistadors came, they took it from sweat lodges to travel lodges. They took us from reading the land, right, to reading the law. Because the law is the code for governing over those who don't know who the fuck they is. And that was all orchestrated by Rome and the Pope.
Thanks.
We've been telling the people about Enlil, and we've been telling them about his children, and we also told them about the sin rites. In order to be a sinner, you have to be following the doctrine of Ninnerseed. We call it Babylonian blood magic, Babylonian money magic, Babylonian sex magic, on a military style conjure. So now what we're about to do is we're going to go over exact information and show you who Enlil is in different places, and show you what's his relation to Ninnerseed. Right? So this is what we're going over with. Now, chief seats of his worship were in the south of Mesopotamia and Haran in the north, though he was also worshiping numerous other cities, especially in the proximity of and in the Diyala area, in he was connected to royal power, and many Mesopotamian kings visited his temple in this city. Right, now we're talking about Enlil. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. According to Mesopotamian mythology, his parents, this is the guy's sin, were Enlil and Ninlil. His wife was Ningal, worshipped with him in his major cult centers. Okay, so these are out of order now, Elder.
Okay, all right. So you okay? You want me to see which ones you want to go through?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Go back.
Which one is this?
All right, that's the one you just read. This is another one about the city of Or.
All right, keep going back. We ain't ready for that yet.
All right. The city, Akkadians.
Keep going.
All right. The book of Isaiah.
Keep going. Keep going. Let's start by talking about these book covers, the Malachi Yorks. That's where I wanted to start at.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so now you see the title of this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Black Devils, right?
Yeah.
Look at the faces on the pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you see what you call the widow's peak.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Let's go to another picture.
Oh yeah, we got them. Another one of the book pictures.
Yep.
Oh, just something to go along with that Willow's Peak while you just to add on. Okay, you see that right there, right?
Yep.
All right, you see this right here. Let me show you. These people, these Vulcans. Hold on, this one of them right here. Look at them. See that right there? Hold on, I got one more for you. Then I'm gonna let you go. Hold up.
But James Baldwin told they secrets.
Yeah. Yeah.
The question is why they ain't murdering.
Right.
Or did they?
Go ahead.
That one right there with the eye on it.
With the eye on it right there. Okay, all right, boom.
You can just slide, you're gonna be going in the direction the pictures is after this.
All right, here we go. Let me blow it up for you.
See what he say?
Yep.
What's that take? 44, ain't it?
Yep.
That's Angel Bay, Chief Malik Angel Bay on the flip. Okay, so you see he letting them know they don't notice now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see another one. The other way.